everybody. Yo, what's up, everyone? How's it going today? Hold up. Switching on over. Gotta turn on some things. What's up, everyone? Sorry for streaming late again. I ain't gonna lie, I've been sleeping. It's a bad thing, but I've been up late trying to work on this stuff. But anyways, how's everyone doing today? Let's see. I need to fix some stuff with the tiles. We gotta go and find, I think over in here on Houdini, we gotta go back to that video and find, because I never saved the tile set name things. Good, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. How are the chores? Are they overwhelming today? Or did you get to catch up on them over the holidays? I know, like, at the house, things can get pretty chaotic sometimes. I like how I type in Houdini, and I gotta start putting side effects, or else I'll just start seeing literally Harry Houdini, or whatever his name is. Let's see. My learning. Oh, can't show you guys this. Honestly, I need to stop sleeping in so dang much, man. It's kind of aggravating, low key. Let's turn that down a little bit. I can barely think. I'm trying to find out where these WFC dungeon. Yeah, this guy's got a whole list of tutorials on the site. Right. Late start today, not too many chores for today. That's sick. Fabula M24 McAfee. Hoo or Hello. How are you doing today? I hope I'm not butchering that, Fabula. But I like the name. It's fabulous. But yeah, it is a late start today. I don't even know if we're gonna run later either. So we'll see what happens, but I'm hoping to get a lot of things done this week on this particular project. But if we don't, we're gonna start just creating a mock-up level using this here. I think this is like the perfect size to kind of show people what I'm trying to do with the level design. I might make it a little bit longer, maybe 24 by 24. We'll see, but I need to get some things working. Like for instance, right now, if I cook this, it won't cook because I guess there's an error in how I'm bringing in this data. So we're gonna have to figure out how all that works off stream. It's just a little too much to do on stream, if you catch my drift. I'm like literally trying to do my morning stretches. It's pretty bad. But let's mute those really quick. And
hello and welcome to this video. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you could use the wave function collab nodes in Houdini.
Fabula, I have so many errors. That's why I'm in here to calm down in UE5. What type of errors are you getting?
It started. Maybe
are they at least the fixable kind?
This wave function collapse is.
Is it? Are you using BP or C++, Fabula?
So this is here our input image, and it will then generate these other outputs. So here are more examples of this. So we can use a basic image that we can create.
So it's like, I don't know, I kind of like the tile texture that we've come up with. I think it generates some interesting results. Let me see if I can pull this up actually really quick for you guys. Boop, boop, ba-doo. So this is it at the moment. And the black, never mind the white. The white is supposedly like the backside or the areas that are inaccessible to the map, but the black, that indicates the rooms, so on and so forth. And it gets some pretty interesting results actually. Oh, so you're using C++ and only some included mistakes. Is it things to do with like movement? What are you trying to do?
Hello and
if you don't mind me asking.
About wave function collapse. So in this video,
sorry, we need to watch this one. I believe this is where he talks about the tile system. There we are, right here. So, right here. Yay. I remember this part in the game development journey, and it was not a fabulous one by any means, because it just wasn't. Can I even scroll into these? I can't. Handy dandy paint. No. No. There. Boom, boom, bada boom. By the way, guys, just want to mention we are actually growing relatively quickly, yo. It's actually kind of crazy. Last week we were at like 127. We've already gotten 11 subscribers, so thank you all for the subscriptions and the love and the support. It is amazing. I appreciate it. But yeah, what do you guys think of that? That's one of the reasons why the devlog took so long, is I was trying to create a new devlog thumbnail. I was like, man, we gotta re-up as much as we can right now while we can. Felt like forever. All right, so on this particular thing, so on here we have our main ones. We have 23, 29, 23, 29. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on here we have 8. So 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Let's go ahead and give these a name. I don't know what they're going to be, but it looks like 92 could be a possible outcome. So let's type in 92 and kind of just go down the list of things that these could possibly be. And these won't even get imported in because they don't have the name, I believe. So let's try to remember 92. Let's export this. Was it exported as an FBX? Awesome to see the channel grow. Thank you. Yeah, it is pretty awesome, actually. It's kind of mind-blowing. I just wouldn't imagine so many people wanted to watch. And it's really nice. Like I said, it's definitely a morale boost, if anything. Fabula, are you going to add the wave function collapse thing? I am at some point, but I want to try to get it working in TOPS, which is a PDG map. So that's a procedural data graph in Houdini, and it essentially allows me to, like, when I bring it as a tool into Unreal Engine, it'll allow me to change aspects later on in the tool, and it'll only affect the areas. So I got to start pulling these off into sections, and then, you know, when I work on a section, it'll only reload that particular part, and it would ultimately save me a little bit time on like the world building aspect. But I think that's pretty far out. I truly think we're gonna have to make a mock-up of a level because you know, procedural generation isn't easy, and there's gonna be a lot involved. I'm planning on using it for the platforming aspect and the infinite running aspect, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Other than that, let's figure out where I freaking put this thing at. Let's go to Houdini. Come on. Come on. Models world. We're in desktop. We don't want to be in desktop. Yeah, I'm going to be, one of these weekends, chat, I'm going to be redoing or reformatting my PC, so I'll have to like save some things. I can tell my PC is getting a little bit slower. And I apologize as well. Y'all are gonna have to give me like a minute to work up. Combine tile sets. Boom. Wait, did I export those? I did, I believe. Visible objects. And we can just hide those. Export. Now everything visible should pop up. So let's go ahead and reload the geometry. Oh no. Oh no. What happened? Why did it do that? What did I break? That's no bueno. It's no bueno, man. And honestly, I think at some point we're going to have to UV unwrap all of this. So why aren't you working now? Jump back. Why are we getting an error on this one if we switch over? FD num of analysis. Yeah, we're just getting like some weird errors right now. This is ridiculous. Oopsie. I don't know. Let's export these FBX again. Visible objects only. Should be exporting all of these. Yeah. On top of that, the geometry and comparison, if we load the last one, is huge. Did I change anything in regard to the overall size? Apply units. Shmee. Tis tile LAN. Combined tile set. Well, let's grab all of them just in case. I mean, it's obvious that we're loading them in, but they're one like way bigger than they were. I have no idea why. Man. Hold up. I think all this stuff should be saved already. So we're using centimeters instead of meters, right? File, blah, blah, blah. Export FBX. No, we're using a metric system right up here. Go to centimeters, length, centimeters. Yeah, see, the scales should all be right. Metric. Is there any way to pull Wang tile system? I wonder what is going on. It could be like, there we go. Oh, you know what it is? I mean, in here. Awesome. I just love when this happens. It's just like an unknown reason to completely take a dump. Report error. Load all geometry. Use file settings. Full geometry. Point cloud. Bounding box. Anyways, if we use this, works fine. Okay. Works more than fine if you ask me. But they already have the bevels in. So we use that. it shoots these up tenfolds. So I don't know what the issue is. Let's go ahead and apply all the transforms. That's so weird. I don't know why it would change all the things. Let's do selected. Reload geometry. And it's still so big in comparison. Like, even if we come in here and do this, like, item. They're still coming in pretty big for some weird reason. Oh no. This is big sad. Official SAS Who Dares wins. When are you hoping to release, bro? I'm hoping to release this year towards the end. But we'll see, depending on how quick it goes. But it's a mobile game, so we'll see what happens in the meantime. I'm going to try to do a Kickstarter somewhere towards the center of the year, and if we can generate enough funds, maybe I can hire some people to help. So it's all in God's time, in my opinion, but expect something towards the middle and towards the end of this year. SAS. What do you do if you face problems? Stack Overflow, ChatGPT, programmer friends, YouTube. Honestly, all of those. All of them. When I face a problem, I first try to see if I can figure it out myself. And if I can't figure it out by myself, I'll either go to Stack Overflow, YouTube. I use ChatGPT when I want to get an idea about something, but I don't like fully use ChatGPT, because the thing with ChatGPT is that it'll give you iffy. Like, if you don't know programming, you'll just go with it. But if you know how to program, which I like to think I do a little bit, I know I could be better, right? I'm still an amateur in my opinion, but there's just some things that when you see it, you'll be like, that's not too right. So you got to take ChatGPT with a grain of salt, which is why I don't use it for every single like C++ issue I run into. And sometimes things won't come in as optimized. I think there's been some instances where I have kind of shown chat that in the past with how iffy it can be. Look, see? And now it wants to work. Crazy. So let's go back. 0.01, I don't know. 1. 0.05. Boom. Save. Export FBX. Combine FBX. I had like the perfect, and then it needs to go down more. Crazy. Why is it so small in comparison? Is there any way to bring this in unit wise with Houdini? Convert to Houdini units from Blender. Blender to Houdini. Is that really a freaking...
Why I love Envato Elements?
SAS says, keep up the work, bro. The Lord's with you. I appreciate it, and I'd like to believe so. I'm not going to speak much on it, but there's been some moments where I felt like he's really talked to me throughout this. And you know, not to kind of derail the stream, but that's one of the primary reasons I chose to go this route. I wanted to develop my relationship with God, and you know, I felt like this was what he wanted me to do, so it's why I did it. I wanted to, one, that's what I want to do in my life, is I want to be able to serve God and use the talents that he's given me, and I wanted to get closer to him and hopefully create a place where people can work and do the same thing in the future. Will Def stay watching your progress? I appreciate it, SAS. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, it's gonna be a long road, but I think it's gonna be a road worth traveling. So if you're interested in watching, you know, click that sub button. You know, follow the Holy Spirit. Yes, sir. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm trying to. I've done some Christian work outside of it. You know, I do a thing called the Echo, and if anyone's interested, I could share it, either the link for the Discord here in chat, or I can share it on my Discord if you're in there. But essentially, it's a Discord church almost, except it's more of like a Bible study. You meet up with a mentor either weekly or bi-weekly, and you discuss essentially what you've read for the week. You go over three questions, and then, you know, you talk with a mentor, which in my case is Mike. He's an actual pastor, and it's been an awesome experience. I've learned so much about the Bible, and it was nice because I got to read. I'm reading, right? That was my biggest issue, is I wasn't reading the Bible as much as I should have, and now I read it every day almost. And I got to make this book cover for him. So it's on Amazon if y'all are interested. Foundations of Faith kind of goes in, you know, what it means to love God. And then in the back here, you know, there's some study guides. Yeah. His name's Mike Colson. Yeah, let's actually find that really quick for you guys. I haven't had the chance to talk to him in like a month because of how much work we've been doing. But yeah, here is the Amazon book cover, and I'll also share the Echo with you guys really quick. Just go in there and let someone know, or in general chat, just say, hey, I'm interested in the program. You know, there's another one. That's the first one is the link for the book. The second one is the Echo. If you want to join our Discord for the game, it is in the link. It's a link in the description of this video. So, Official says share the link. Brush up on the gospel. Yes, sir. The links hopefully are there. Ria says, I'm glad I found your channel. You inspired me to get back to my art after about a year and a half of break. Well, it was going to happen at some point, right, Ria? I mean, I appreciate you saying that, but I can tell just by looking at your work that you're a true artist. Like, you just have a keen eye for it. While you might have been taking a break, it wasn't going to be for forever, you know. But I'm happy I can inspire you to pursue art again. And then we got Charlie in here. What up? What up, Charlie? How's it going, my friend? Nothing much, just waking up. Just waking up and trying to figure out why we're having such a huge discrepancy between the size in Blender and Houdini, when I particularly remember setting this up perfectly for Houdini, right? So let's save. I might have to get an exporter particularly for it, so it always comes out the right size. Look, see, crazy. All right, let's see. Blender to Houdini, download here. I don't like downloading stuff like this. Wow, great add-on. I don't want, is this like a script you run? Yeah, I know, download the zip. Let's see if he has to run like an actual script. Because I am, no. PDB XYZ. It's called Reload FBX. Very nice Discord. What are you modeling? Well, right now I'm trying to get the tile sets working correctly in Blender. From Blender to Houdini, right? I'm sure if I like scaled this down to like, who knows, maybe that's too small, but hey, let's try it. That's why I'm just trying to get an add-on that does it automatically. So I'm not sitting here doing this every time I want to do something in Houdini. But yeah, now it's way too small, see? It's way too small. 0.5. I just keep doing it incrementally until we get some type of result. And even then, that's still too much. We're getting there, though. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I can't believe that it reset itself. You think that would stay like native to the project almost. Oh my god. And I'm sure this is the last thing that everybody wants to watch. 0.5. Oh my gosh. There's still an overlap. 0. I don't know. 7. Let's keep going down. No. Yeah, if I had the add-on, I would just click a button once and then hopefully it would always come in right on dot. Look, see, now it's too much. 0.8. I don't know. This is ridiculous, guys. I apologize. This is taking an unexpected turn. Fine. Export. Export FBX. Boom. Boom. And look, isn't this fun? Aren't you guys having so much fun right now watching me do this? Guaranteed. A guaranteed yes. It's got to be a yes, right, guys? So how's your day going, Charlie? What are you up to, man? What are you up to, my friend? 0. I don't know. 1. Not 1. 0.95. This is ridiculous. I shouldn't have to live like this, dude. Let's reload. You are good. Yeah, I'm happy to hear you guys are, man. I mean, look at this. Just constantly trying to figure out if this works. Yeah, we're going to try to figure out if we can use this add-on. That way, we're 100% of the time getting something. Let's get the mesh. Give him some cool hair. Sweet. Okay, well. Well, I'm making a gathering system for my game. Added little characters that can be controlled by the player. Ooh, that's sick. Are you going to show us, dude? Come on, man. I want to look at a gathering system. That sounds cool as heck. That sounds cool as heck. And how did he bring it in? What did he do? You know what we could do, chat? What we could do, right? We can do the big brain route, and I just didn't realize it until now. But I can actually scale this in here. Jesus. Come on. Come on. What is this, dude? That's how, like, particular it has to be? Oh my god. That's as good as it's gonna get, it looks like. What? Why, dude? Look. It's like a... I'm gonna have a freaking aneurysm, man. Yeah, I know. It's absolutely ridiculous, Fabula. I'm gonna download this software, but I don't know how it's particularly working because he doesn't really show it. He just, I guess, starts this up while he's in Blender, and it automatically brings it in, which is what I don't want to do. It's not what I want to do. Why doesn't he show the actual video? Blender do Houdini. And I don't even know if this is going to work. Oh, hey guys, check it out. It's good to see. That's one way we're going to get recognized here. Wow. Wow. I feel like Owen Wilson right now. I just want to be saying, wow. Wow. Regardless. I think, no, we didn't even get those in correctly. But at least now we can check these. That is definitely not 92. Is this one 92? We gotta rename this. I don't know. And that's kind of the annoying thing about this is we have to just keep doing this until it works. And are you kidding me? I didn't grab that one when I was... Let's see how far we can go back. This is going to be a very fun day, chat. Guaranteed. Okay, guys? So make sure to click the sub button because we're going to have an awesome time here on the channel, rescaling and unscaling our objects so that they work in Houdini. I swear, there's got to be a better way for this. And we're going to have to just redo the scale in here in Houdini. So when we re-import this, it's going to be huge again, but we can, I think it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be huge. But we can, you know, scale this down. Hopefully it'll let us scale it down. It's not going to let us scale down that far. 0, 1. 0, 5. We're doing it, chat. Look at us. There we go. Perfect. Sweet. Yes, sir. Trial and error. It is the human way, which isn't the best way, might I add. But yeah, this is definitely something else. The only issue is like you don't know how to tell what's up, what's down, what's left and right in here. So you kind of have to literally, like you say, trial and error, load it up, throw it in here. There's probably a way better way to do it. Like if I were to maybe capture one of these image and like draw an up and down and place it here, that could help out a lot. But am I going to do that? I'm not going to do that because I'm lazy. Let's try something else. Oh, actually, you know what? That is right, because when we put 92, it's showing up in this particular area. So it is the right area. right? But it's the wrong model to use. Let's rename this to rename, I don't know, 0. And then we'll do 92 here, and then we'll close that one out. And let's see if this one works. Boom. And then we can come in here, reload the geometry, and as you could see, I guess that wasn't the right area. How does it work? Why does it do that? It's like, yeah, 92 fits perfectly there. Oh, you know what it is? We're not, it's not visible. So let's export with, instead of selected objects, let's do visible objects. And I think that should work better. I hope. Yep, and there we are, boom. Now we just gotta find what this bad boy is. And I believe I have a Google thing. A Google thing. A Google Doc that will help me with this, but I don't know where I put it. I don't know if it's in this one. Yes, it is. It is in this one. 92. So bottom. Yeah, this is all so confusing, man. Because even looking at this, I'm like, what's left? What's right? What's up? What's down? Let's see. 92 would be... Yeah, they definitely... We need to figure out what's left, right, up, and down. But I'm going to put bottom wall. Top right corner. All right. So now we have 209 that we have to figure out, chat. What are the other ones that we don't have? Sorry. So we had 92, we have 133, we have 197, 23, 29, we have 92, 71, 113, 197. We don't have 209, it looks like. 209. Okay. This song's making me unhappy for some weird reason. All right, let's export and see if that was it. And this one's making me tired. I don't know, I just woke up. I don't want to be tired. All right, so that's a no-go because we didn't even get anything in that area. Hmm. $23, $29. And it looks like we have a lot of over here. It looks like we don't have 116 though. So we're gonna try 116. And hopefully that is the golden or the right name for this. Yes, it is. Sweet. So that one didn't work. We're gonna name this rename, I don't know, 116, which if you guys know the Bible verse is an excellent Bible verse. And there we are, boom. So that's fixed. And then if we get any other discrepancies, we'll just have to fix them like that later down the road. But now we have this coming in here, creating it, transforms it in the wrong direction, it looks like. I don't know. Yeah, because this is the positive direction. So let's come in here. and put 90, and that should flip it back. And I don't know why we have all these groups, the base group. Oh, we're mesh. I don't know, what would you call this, guys? Whole output index. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error, guys. Trial and error. Boom, boom, boom. One, we're gonna have to figure out, can we cook this node? And we can cook that node. So I think the primary issue here is that we're starting way down the line. Like, we get the geometry from here, then we wait for all to cook. Then we go into merging all the geometry, which is something we've already, I believe, done. Here, let's do this. Not that. That's definitely not what we want. Split this. And then this way we can look at everything. Yeah. So we haven't merged it at this point. So in here, we'll take this, bring it into here. But why aren't we getting anything? Operator type. We're getting the service name, asset output. SOP or an object. I think we want an SOP because this is going to upstream items, geometry, output file. But yeah, we also have to find out how to add tiles to the side. So maybe we can create some stuff like this, or we'll have to create a bound. We just use this from a boundary and we can do this in Unreal. I don't know. There'll be a lot of learning here on the channel chat. So if you're interested in figuring out some stuff with Houdini, you know, let's try cooking this. And no cook is created because loading geometry during cook can only be done with bounds and detail data. Bounds and detail data extractions, primitive. Upstream item index. Maybe that's what it was. No. You can add attributes. We'll have to figure out how that works. Each element, primitive or detailed. So it said you can only do detailed or... Oh, hey. So you can only do bounding boxes? All right, let's navigate out of here and select this. So when we come in here and click this, it's going to show us what it's outputting. And what it's outputting at the moment is currently just our wave function collapse information. So it's not even sending out the geometry information. Right? We can cook this, we'll get the same results. And if we cook this, we get the same results. So I guess let's try bounding box just to see if that changes anything at all. Let's come down the line. Let's dirty and cook these nodes. And we're still getting the same issue. So it's definitely, we want primitives, but we're no longer going to be able to cook this. See? You need bounding box. Yeah. So we definitely want an object. Right output, number of outputs, SOP path. I mean, if we're doing SOP, it would make sense to have the SOP path, right? Let's cook this node. Let's see what results we're getting this time. None. We're getting the same type. So it's just, this isn't sending out the geometry that we want. And I bet you if we were to drag this into Unreal, it would do the same thing. Let's see. We're going to get the information from the output upstream geometry attribute. If we do this, we get file and we get the geo. And then if we go into storage, it's going to, well, we know we need this. I thought I had like this huge revelation in my mind, and I was wrong. Is it even passing out geometry at all? No. Actually, let's do this in this one. Houdini. Output geometry from HDA. Saying you need to set multiple outputs. But it isn't particularly asking in the output what I want to output. Like I could do like ROP FPX output, but that would just save it to a file. Geometry raw output? I don't know. Is that it? Yeah, see, it'll just let us save to disk, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, chat. Let's get rid of that. Keep that. Although I think we can get rid of that for now, but... Output geometry from HDA. Like if I get rid of this, and then we cook node, we're still fine. What if I get rid of the connection here? And see that then. It's interesting that it's going to give me like this data, right? Or this, what is it? Boom. It's essentially giving me this. And this isn't even fully optimized because, yeah. Well, no. It's 16 out of 16, which is exactly the specs on these, right? This is definitely not 16 by 16. 16's over here. So why is it doing that? We had it working before. We had it working before. And I think, yeah, you can see that it's getting the areas in here. Ah, okay. So it's only passing in the grid amount, which is interesting that it's doing that. Or it's passing in this amount here. Like if I go like this, it should, if I cook, give me a different result. Let's see if it even does that. It's going to take a bit too, because it has to, since this is a wave collapse function, it's got to go and do all this generative stuff. And it didn't change it at all. Right? I still want to know why they're not equalized. Oh, it's because this one starts off at 4. Let's fix that. Maximum inputs. Go into the parameters, columns. Yeah, here. Let's do that. Apply. Accept. And they should be, yeah, equal now. I like 238. So let's try 240. I don't know. That doesn't work. This is ridiculous. It's only giving me the very first iteration of that. However, if I come in here and I were to view, oh. One second, guys. It's doing things. Okay, so if I come in here, it's going to reload all of that. But it changes it. That's a little interesting. It's because I changed it in here, huh? That's why. I didn't change it on the HDA in the... sorry. Gotta get that morning stretch in. It's evening here, so I don't even know why I say that. I have such a bad sleep pattern right now. Hopefully that changes soon once the kids go back to school. I've been kind of having somewhat of a vacation myself. I don't have to wake up all early. I mean, we have all this information being processed, right? All the names, yada yada. Rotate it. We have the object here itself, but why aren't we getting that here? If I come to here, you'll clearly see that, because this essentially views whatever output I'm getting in here, right? I have it set to the PDG output. So whatever the PDG is outputting or whatever I'm selecting, that's what's gonna, it's what it's gonna show. This here is just a shell. It's because I have this too. If I were to, I don't know, click off, I guess it's just gonna show that no matter what. But yeah, right now, if I click here, it views this, but if I click here, it views this. It's very interesting. Let's see if I can even cook this. And it's going to tell me I can only do it with the details. HDA. What's this tops? Like if I were to go into here and delete this connection, right? And I were to say, for instance, where is it? In the source. Do SOP node. World out. I cook this. Or cook this, I should say. Boom. It's going to be a little iffy because element index, primitive, each, index, all upstreams. We go to automatic and cook that again. Oh, it's not even cooking. Let's create a regular geometry node and see what I've set differently here. Automatic, upstream, output, which we've changed. Import first. Work item frame. We don't need any of that. Storage. Let's look at data extraction. Element index, detail, but we want primitives. And that should be all that we set instead of right here we do SOPs and then we click the world out. Is it? Did I disconnect? That's why. That is why, I believe. Dirty this node, cook this node, cook it. Yeah, see? Now we get all that information, right? Especially if I come back and I look at the file. You'll see that it cooks each part of this node. Let's press L to get everything looking somewhat decent. But yeah, if we click one of these, you'll see that it's grabbing that specific geometry. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the HDA process that we've created, which is essentially this wave collapse, which is an HDA. And I'm trying to load that information in this way, but I can't figure out how to do it. So if we generate, let's look at if we make an HDA process. We have the HDA file. Click that one, which I believe is the same as this one. Level wave collapse. Is that more of, maybe we're not loading in the right one, which is the issue, which is why it's showing us different results. Let's see if we were to go into, I don't know, type properties. Yeah, see? Wave collapse func HDALC. That could be why, because it's an HD8LC, but I think that means limited commercial, right? At the end. Output label. Maximum inputs, maximum outputs. Save. Output label 1, geometry. Apply. Maybe if we create an output label, it'll give us something in the HDA that allows us to access things. And it doesn't. Now, if I were to plug this in here, I don't even think, right? I kind of want to create another geometry import node for this so I can just test them, disconnect them, and import them in. Geometry imports, geo imports, and I kind of want to move this over because I'm not digging how much views I have here. Geo imports non-HDA. Geo imports HDA. So in here specifically, we want to say what? Stream. All upstream items are generated. Data extraction. Primitive. Upstream item index. Although this is cooking one thing. It's not cooking all that information. So what is the difference between what we're doing there and what we're doing here? Top scheduler override. We don't need to do that. But I guess we already have the server selected here. Let's try to watch something. Open a new link. Learning paths. PDG, this guy. That's where I was learning all this stuff from. Let's see which part he particularly does all this. Oh man, it does definitely feel like a Wednesday. I'll say that much. I want to see where he decides to put. Let's go ahead and mute this. Okay, we did. Yep.
In order to get this to work, we need.
So he has all this done. Isolate, wedge the city core location.
Node. We're going to put down a. We'll do that here.
Let's see.
It's going to be how we get into the top network, and then assign wedge values to it. Wedging being a technique where different values are explored, and then you review the results and see which one you like. So we're going to accept that as a digital asset. Now the digital asset is basically a network you take in Houdini, you collapse it, and you put.
So he does have an output.
inside. And then you can take certain parameters and promote them up.
So he does use an output. I wasn't going crazy. All right, output. That way we have this as well.
So we're going to do the image input. And then the next, we're going to call that sphere center. So in the asset, that will be there. And then the attribute transfer, we're going to take the blend width over. So in case we want to explore different blend widths as we do this, and we press accept. So this takes the network that we're working on, stores it on disk, and we can reference that. So instead of bringing it in from the object level using the geometry import node, we're going to put down a HDA processor node, and we're going to reference that off disk. We're going to bring that in, and that's going to be how we get the map. So we're going to go in and we're going to say use the upstream node for the city block geometry.
Each upstream item is cooked. That's the only difference that I see. And then he also...
instead of go to the SOP network. And then on the HDA processor, we're going to go and get the street grid maker and accept that. And then on this fourth tab, all the parameters we promoted up are there for us to work with. So this is just an alternative way of getting sort of the same thing. Instead of getting it from the object level, we're getting it from a digital asset on disk. And then we can add a wedge node up above. And this will allow us to generate values that can be plugged into certain places on the digital asset to get it to do what we want. So we want a wedge count of 4, and we want a wedge attribute. We can have
Okay. Ooh, you. Oh, you. I came in and did all that to this, didn't I? Oh, man, I'm sorry, guys. It's the last thing you want to do. Or did I do it on this one? No, I came in, I selected the thing. We have the service in process. Yeah, he didn't change the service type, cook. But it means it will be longer. Hey! It's literally was just that. It was the each whatever. Okay. Then we merge the geometry, and then we can cook this node. Save and continue. Hey, Pajama Boy. I'm loving the name, man. I feel like as a game developer, I'm always in my pajamas, or what at least I consider my pajamas. It's always like lounging, you know, lounging stuff. How's it going, man? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining in. How are you doing today? Thanks, yeah. So let's go back here really quick, click the files, and now we should be able to see. That's good to hear. Oh my gosh. It should work, like whenever I click something, it should view it. What's going on here? I'm getting like all this stuff, but now it's not viewing. It's not viewing the things. It's not viewing the things. This is ridiculous. Do I have to literally click one and then click back here? But it's showing the same one. What's going on? Why is it not working? Ah, man, right when you feel like you've made a breakthrough, it's got to go and do this. I know it's working. Let's click this node too. So good, Pajama Boy. What part of game development are you interested in, my friend? Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. We're all getting the same results here, so just it's kind of annoying me. Why? Why is it doing this to me? What am I doing wrong? I mean, I have the file that should be like essentially showing me whatever this PDG is outputting. And it's clear we have things, right? Like we know we got things. Like boom. Just to make sure, down here, let's go ahead and view the work output. And that will really tell us if we have something or if I'm hallucinating. And it looks like I was hallucinating. That's a big sad moment. Let's wait a minute. Okay, let's try viewing this one. I like how it has to remind me that this is an indie edition. So apparently we have to click. All right, let's try this again, because once I clicked on this, it worked. I guess it only works for that. Big sad. Work item output. Let's see if we can get another. It looks like the same item, so I want to make sure that it's just not glitching and making the same item over and over and over again, which it looks like that's what it's doing. So it's not working as I want. Sad. Yeah, it looks like the same item, right? Let's go to the next page, because it looked like there was something different here. So yeah, it's literally just going through and making this one singular item, and that's why we're having an issue. Like when I click here, it's just showing this. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. What if I change, like, let's just see if this is working at least. Let's try to dirty and cook this node. That way we kind of go through the process again. I want to see if it's at least switching up the object that it's grabbing. But it looks like it's only grabbing one thing. Oh. So how's everyone doing today, guys? Are y'all struggling in Houdini like me? Because I am struggling, guys. But it's definitely interesting. I really hope it doesn't crash. It shouldn't. I mean, we're getting ticks here. Perfect. That's good to hear, Fabula. So yeah. Okay, so it does change now. At least. And it's grabbing a different box. I actually kind of like this little map. The only issue I have with it is that we have a section that's completely unexposed to the others. So that's the problem with this seed. How was your day? It's going good. I mean, it's just starting, but so far it's been great. I've been having a good one. Just hanging out with people and doing my thing. Now that we have that, we can recook these, and it's probably going to give me the same results that we had. What about you, Fabula? What's your day looking like? Are you working on a project? If so, what's the project? Yes, I know it's my birthday. Okay, so it does just give us that one now. So it's not giving us particularly what we want out of process. What does that do? Cook this node. I mean, it gives us the entirety of this, and we see that by looking at here. So let's cook this node now. That's crazy. So we get the entirety of this, which means we don't need these anymore. Right? This is like completely obsolete. This is just importing the geometry. So maybe what I do is I plug this into here. We get rid of this. And let's recook this. Because maybe at this point it doesn't really matter that we don't really need to get all these. Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome that it's working. So in this case, guys, with what I'm trying to do is I have I have one singular object. I want it to output right now. It's outputting like the beveled and triangulated model for Unreal Engine. And then we have our regular one, which is just it excludes these inner faces because this is for the collision, and all we're really worried about are the contact points for the player. Fabula M24 says, got many good ideas, but before I decide which ones are best to do, at first I'm going to run wild with the UE with Unreal Engine, trying to also get serious and have a budget of 10K, and my wife is on board as a designer. Oh, that's sick, dude. That's awesome. I love hearing when couples come together to make a game. It's like such like a, I don't know, it's like a breath of fresh air. Like I would love it if my fiance could help, but I should say wife because we're getting married soon. But I would love for her to join in, but she does her own thing, I do my own thing, but that's so cool that you guys can work like that, you know, like your decisions in life allow you to do that. It's really sweet. But yeah, by the way, Fabula, if you want, you can join the Discord. It's still a small growing community, but right? But the big but is you could share your stuff there. You guys can kind of talk about your game. Is it also going to be like a Christian game, or is it less Christian based and more like centered around something else? For instance, my game has a lot of Christian symbology in it, right? Especially with the characters and with like the overall motive or story of the game. But yeah, now these are working. We're getting 2 outputs. So it looks like we don't even need an import node for this. It's like, I guess what it's doing is I kind of want to see if I can get it to work though. What if I pull that back? We do each upstream. We get the upstream output files. Data extraction. We get the primitive. Is there any like... I mean, we're saying each element, so we should be getting a lot of other stuff as well, but... Import and merge all geometry. Maybe that's point, integer. Maybe that's the key, is that we need to import all the geometry. Let's go ahead and try that. We know that this all works now, but it's like, look, we're still getting this one singular piece, and I don't know why. I guess in this case, we don't really need to do that. I mean, I could say all upstream items are cooked. So if we cook this, we should get, looks like the same results, honestly. Each upstream item is cooked, or all upstream items are generated. Let's cook this again. Fabulous says, concepts are all about gameplays and settings, but I'm good. I'm going to add a Christian building bricks and the lore is just awesome. Sick. Yeah. I love hearing that. I love to hear when Christians are creating games. And also, if you're interested, there is a a Christian Game Developer Conference. So CGDC. Let me go into this one here. CGDC. Right? So if you are making a game that's like centered around, you know, your faith, there is a CGDC where you can come. I guess they have like, maybe I could look up local groups. Heart. Oh my gosh. That's sick. Maybe I should do something like this. Bay Area, California. Active 4 weeks ago. Yeah, they have a lot of cool things. They have a conference. I would love to know, to be announced. We are thrilled to bring the community together in person at TBA location. Yeah, really cool thing. So if you're looking to, you know, not only create a game that's faith-based, but, you know, network and socialize with other Christians who work in the industry and kind of do the same thing, this is a perfect place to do it. I plan to go here this year. Hopefully have something presentable for people. If not, I might not show up until next year, but it would be nice. And hopefully wherever they have this, it's in Cali. Yeah, it's in Cali. So yeah, they feel lonely, isolated, and disconnected. Like, why is it that Christians feel that way in the game development industry? I wonder why. That's why I do it. I want to create a place for these people. Outside of something like this, we believe everyone's work improves when we spend time together, sharing our passion and passing on the knowledge we've gained through our experience. The friendships forged at the annual Christian Game Developers Conference have resulted in the formation of studios and the development of countless games. So yeah, I'm gonna come and check this place out. Yeah, check it out, man. Especially if you're in the California area, and they do have groups, so you can see if there's something specific to your location. You know. You know. But yeah, let's try to hop back into Houdini. Gate 0. What is Gate 0? Don't tell me it's a game centered around a gate that's called Gate 0. Gate 0. Oh, hey. Sick. Oh, yeah, I've heard about this. Gate 0. You like go around, stay out of trouble, interact with gospel stories. Pretty sick. Yeah, see, and this is awesome, right? But for me, I want to try to create stuff that are kind of like based on these things, right? Not like interacting directly with the stories of the Bible, but kind of not retelling them, but showing them in a presented differently. You guys will see what I'm talking about later. For instance, like a lot of my characters are based off of like Christ and his apostle, right? Judah, the tribe of Judah, which is the tribe that Jesus was a part of. Yeah, a Christian open world game. Yeah, I saw this trailer. Someone came in here and showed me. Oh, that's cool. Man, if I could go back in time, I would totally go back in time and meet Jesus. Like, imagine that. And I think the funniest thing is, like, I wouldn't be like, what would Jesus think? I feel like he wouldn't be surprised. He'd be like, another person here. You take it more serious. What you mean, Fabula? Maybe I'd take it a little bit more serious. But, it's serious to me to make sure that everything is perfect and everything plays out right. Because, if I'm going to tell a story and try to tell it in a way that's aligned, it's like symbolic, right? So it's less like grabbed from the Bible and more symbolic of that, in the sense, like I mentioned, Judah is essentially, a digital variation of Christ, and then we'd have all of our other and friends, so there's other mechanics that I want to create that would help people study the Bible. Like, you can earn currency by getting slabs, right? And then you connect the slabs together to create verses, and those give you currency that you can use in game to purchase items like cosmetics. That's one of the mechanics I have in mind. But yeah, I do take it seriously because, preaching for God is dangerous. And I'm assuming that it's the same for everything. Because, like last night, I was in prayer or in commune with God. And I just told him I didn't want to violate his holy name, because that is important to me. I want to be as authentic as possible, as transparent as possible, and I just want to create a game that's a friendly introduction to people who aren't Christian. Like, all of our games are centered around Christians, and I want to try to find a way to help people who are on that path to Christianity and don't know it. And who knows, maybe playing one Christian game could do that for them, or something with that symbolic reference that kind of acts as the bridge between where they are and where we are. That's kind of what I hope to do. And it involves a lot of storytelling. So hopefully God points me in the right direction for a storyteller, because I could try, but I don't think I'll do as good as some people I could think offhand. But But yeah, so now that we have these things, we got to figure out how to output these and make it so that when we actually go to, so one thing that I've seen people do, we do have a wave function collapse dev, which is essentially a level wave collapse. That's not it. Let's see. Let us see. Like if I click this and go edit, I can edit that, okay. But other than that, the only thing I can edit is this. I don't want it to be a dev because that doesn't allow me to output this the way that I want it to. How do I change this from a dev to, I don't know. The selected subnet has reference to nodes outside the subnet. Was that after I got rid of dev? Okay. Okay. Oh, tile set models. File geometry. So here's the issue that we currently get. Okay. Okay. Asset, edit asset, boom. The one big concern I have is that we're getting this error, and I don't know how to create that reference for an internal reference of the object. And I'm assuming it's because of this HDA process that we have right here. So the only thing that I'm thinking is that, you know, if we were to look at this, this isn't a subnet already. Like if I were to go and say, I don't know, wave collapse func dev and put one of these here, this is already a subnet. And if I go in here, you can see I have these things. So for me to reference this HDA, I think that's where the issue is coming in. But I'm also referencing it. Okay. Okay, so it needs to be directly referenced from this instead of from outside, which is here. But how do I do that? First definition, how do I go ahead and do that? Let's look that up. How to reference a HDA. Sorry, I should probably, it's in my room, it does not matter. How do I reference a HDA inside a subnet instead of externally? Bless you. Thank you, Ria. I appreciate it. To fix this, when you select the material path from the second icon at the front of the material, just export relative path. Okay. Use file setting, full geometry, bounding box. By the way, guys, this is that part of the stream where I say if you like what you see, make sure to like what you see. Click the like button for me. And if you're feeling up to it, click that subscribe button as well. It helps out the channel. We're trying to grow to 1,000 subscribers this year. Or hopefully, you know, before that. But with that being said, once we do that, we can start doing giveaways. I really want to start giving out like Houdini license as well as other things. And it could also be viewer inspired as well. So make sure you leave a comment in the comment section or in here chat. Tell me what you think would be a cool giveaway item. This is interesting. I think it has to do with this. Can I... We got ship, we got, or hip, we got job. I'm trying to see if there's a way to grab it externally. To fix this, when you select the material path from second icon at the front of the material parameter, just check relative export. Still be outside of the HDA, no? I keep seeing a lot of these type of games. Foundation module, suitable for complete beginners. We were watching, these are one of the things that we were watching. But it's like, how do we get a reference? I know we have to reference something internally. Not very clear on how to handle this situation. Whereas you use absolute references, which is not a clever choice. You should address all of material parameters as a relative reference, not absolute reference, as the error suggests. You to fix this when you select the material path from second icon at the front of the material parameter. So I guess the safest way to do this is by geometry importing it using a SOP node, because the SOP node is what allows you to reference that internally instead of externally from whatever it is. But the only issue with that is that when we do it like that, we're essentially not getting the HDA parameters. So how do we get the HDA parameters while using a SOP node? Generate when all automatic out of process. I mean, if we do the HDA service, Maybe that will help. Let's see if we can even still do it like this and get the results that we had previously. Because I remember it wasn't working at all. Create file inputs. SOP path. What is, so can I use the SOP path here for that in particular? Maybe asset outputs, create file inputs. Files, file dependencies. Filter HDA parameters. We don't care about all that. Create. We do know that we want the object. We could do auto. Maybe there's a way to get the drive parameters and channels, show node information. If I were to grab this, right? We're grabbing the level wave collapse here, and we're getting the world out here. Or not really the world out, but in this particular case, we want this, or the output of this, in this. When we put that there, let's cook this and see if we get an error. And let's see if when we save it, we get that same issue. It's already 1:13. But we're going to be doing a lot of work off stream today, guys. So I got to figure out a lot of the issues that we have going into this. I feel like it's time to start some things up. And now it's just taking forever to load. But yeah, this looks sick. If you guys haven't looked this up, you should. You know, play prototype. Should play. Maybe I make this a video. Christian game developer reacts to Christian game. Or should I don't know. Maybe I should stay my lane, which is game development. Do anything externally might mess up the algorithms. I like that. Brian Art. Yeah, thank you, Brian. How you doing, by the way? Thank you for joining in.
I hope Jesus will be in the temple.
Whew. But what do you think? Do you think that's like going to mess with the algorithm, Brian? That's my main concern. Very cinematic, though, story-driven. It's still doing it. Maybe I don't do it like this. Holy moly. Holy moly. Create file inputs. It have beautiful grid fix. Yeah. I was able to get it to bevel as well as create a essentially a collision variation of this. So when we're doing it, we can import those in with the model that we have. And essentially what it'll do is it'll create a collision that's simplified, doesn't have a lot of geometry, and then we'll have, you know, the other one that has all the complex geometry. But I believe it'll save some space for us because we don't have to worry about these internal tiles, which are going to be like rocks and other stuff at some point. But we're going to have to play on how to variate those particular things, which I'm going to watch a video for here today. Ria, it could be an interesting video. You could record it and save it for a day you can't stream or a weekend special. True. That is true. Brian says, but I don't know. It depends on... It will be easy for you, but me, it will be hard. How so? Ria says, not sure if it would affect the algorithm, though. Yeah. I just want to try to keep this as clean cut as possible. Maybe I make another Nazareth Studios account or some other account for that. But I really don't want to stray too far from what I'm trying to do. Because at the end of the day, it's about game development. This is what I think God wants me to do, and it's why he's blessed it, you know? Oh, fantasy AAA title hack and slash. I remember. And I think you can do it, man. It's just about how much effort you want to put into something. And hack and slash has its own... I think every genre has its own concept within it that's difficult to create, right? It doesn't matter how good you are at something. There's always going to be something that's difficult about a project because, you know, it really depends on the design features as well. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to dirty this and cook it again because that's just taking too long. I'm still trying to make the decision. Godot 4 3D games. Well, if it's going to be 2D, then I would go for Godot. If it's going to be Unreal, I would, or if it's going to be 3D. I mean, whether or not, if you're trying to, it depends on your level of knowledge with programming. Godot is specifically catered around, it's like a Python-centric language, and Python is relatively easy to learn. But even when you're jumping into programming, there's going to be some concepts at first that are a little difficult to comprehend. So once you figure that out, like learning other languages is a little bit easier, to be completely frank. You know, there's a lot of the same concepts, you know, data types, functions, parameters, you know. The only thing that I've seen, like in C++ that other languages you don't have to worry about is, you know, constructors and destructors. Like in C++, you have to worry about, you know, deleting information that you're not using, right? When you're not using it, you don't have to really worry about that and other things. And I think destructors are already automatically called in UE5 C++, so... I'm about 3D games. Well, yeah, then either use Unity or Godot. You can also use Game Maker. I don't know if Game Maker is 3D friendly, though. Why is no type? No typing. We'll look it up here. Is Godot... No. Game Maker 3D friendly. Okay, so it is something that you can do. but it looks like they're using a lot of like I don't know what the particular word is called. Yeah, they're using billboards a lot. So it presents itself like 3D, but it's not, I believe. I'd have to open it up and look at it. Okay, so yeah, 3D. So it's not suited for 3D, but it's capable. It just depends. Yeah, no, it not. Yeah. Then I would try Godot or Unity, especially if your programming knowledge is not what you think it should be. C++ is a little bit harder to comprehend. These should be getting rid of those. Okay, so it does. It's just tricking my brain. Nice. Nice. Noise. All right. How do we get an internal reference? I guess we just use the import. Right? That's the best way to do this. Oh, we generated, we didn't cook. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, we still get all the things. And I believe it still works the same as well. So if we go to cook this, you know, we would get, come on. Yeah, we get the same results. So let's file, save, let's edit the asset, let's apply. Oh, you're still baby. Let's get rid of that. Let's apply. The selected subnet has reference to nodes outside the subnet. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I get it. It's not about this, right? It's about this here. It's about this right here. I'm using this in here. But it's like, how do we create an internal reference to an HDA? How to create, or let's do this in the Nazareth Studios one. Boom. How to create, I'm trying to get an RTX 3090. Ooh, I have a 3080. I want to get an RTX 40 series, but I'm going to wait until, when does the 50 series come out? NVIDIA 50 series release date. I think, yeah, 2025. So it's like, I'm just going to wait for the 50 series, grab one of those. The 40 series have been out for a while, so it'll be obsolete in literally a year. So it's like, why not wait until towards the end of 2025 to pick one up? But a 3090 is still great, and it's still going to be better than what you find anywhere else. How to create an internal reference to an HDA in a subnet. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to use the restroom. Please listen to some music and relax a little bit. Drink your coffee or your drink, whatever you got. Do your work. I'll BRB. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. It is super cold in this house, and it has been that way for a very, very long time. But yeah, I apologize for being out for a second. Let's get back into the action. You can create a digital asset of any type. Da da da. So it looks like people, instead of doing geometry, they really do a lot of subnet stuff. So for this in particular, like in here, is there any way to grab this HDA file? I mean, we're still even in the, see, we have this digital asset. If we create one, plop it in there, it's gonna solve. Brian says, I was looking for a trade for it. What were you trying to trade for it? So why is this one locked and this one isn't? I'm gonna try to use that one. There should be a way. Template node. So is that how you get it? Selected template using an unlocked asset definition. Okay. So what, this one? Yeah, that one was locked for some strange reason. Let's go. Wave collapse. Let's apply. Dang it. That's me just trying to not be angry. World reference object, which is outside the network, being saved. No. Dive into network. So, but that's the thing, is it's in the network, right? So how do we view dependencies? How do we find out the dependency? References. Create reference copy. I'm looking for Intel Core i9. Jesus. Yeah, I have an i9, but it's 10. It's the 10th generation. Oh, you're building your first game computer. Okay. Have you seen was it PC Trader or whatever it is? No. I'm just trying to create a reference because we have this out here, it looks like. Right. If we go to object level, I don't know how to use it. How to use what? Houdini? Yeah, so this is where we messed up, is tree view. We have the object, which we have this and this. How do I go to this view? OBJ. Oh, there it is. 5,000 meters away. We have our wave collapse function. Wave collapse. Can I create a... Actions. Create a reference copy. But how do I create a reference copy and then plop it into there? That's what we need to figure out. Maybe I can drag and drop it into the node and it'll do that. I don't know. That would be nice. What we could do is see the difference in each one and then try to replicate that inside the subnet and then go from there. I got to start using my, what's it called more? This one, okay, this is wave collapse funk, which we don't need. Edit parameter, rendering properties, deletion, revert parameter interface, delete all, add visualizer, attach visuals, labs, trim excess fractional digits, type properties. All right, let's see. Yeah, we can't. We can't. I think he talks about throwing a subnetwork in here and taking in those references and then grabbing them. I don't know. Which is interesting because we don't have the input nodes that you would typically get from a subnetwork, right? Like if I come in here and I go subnetwork, I create this, I go in, we see that we have these inputs and outputs. If I were to go like this and open this up, or actually instead of opening it up, let's go back really quick and maybe I need to create nested channel group. Type properties, go into basic, minimum inputs, 0, maximum inputs, let's do like 1 for now. Apply. Yeah, and these are all okay. So this is all being done outside the network, which is why it's like I can't do it. But if I go into here, like what if I get rid of this and do like a level wave collapse in here? I don't know how to use it. I meant to say trade. Probably, I don't know how you would do that. I've never traded for any of my parts. I've always purchased them. PC trader. Trade PC. Have you looked up like any websites? Yeah, it looks like what most people will do is they will sell stuff like online and then just get money and then switch it over, you know. But yeah, let's apply geometry, rope geometry. Okay, reference object, which is this is grabbing that rope geometry. Let's apply that again. The selected subnet, outside the subnet. Wave collapse, tool world WFC, rope geometry 2. So this one's saying that we have stuff outside. PDG input not found. That's interesting. Let's go and re-cook all these. Cook node. Yeah, Fabula, I agree. Maybe don't build it and just try buying a used one from someone. Yeah, if you have credit wherever you are, you could also do something like ibuypower.com, which is what I did because I couldn't just purchase them bulk. So you just buy something and you can use a firm to pay it monthly instead of all the time. I mean, this one is 2K. It's a lot of money, right? But that's my biggest advice, at least for somebody trying to get a PC. You got a stable job, just get one like that, unless you really want to build a PC, right? You just don't want to get one from like Best Buy or Walmart because they'll come preloaded with like 1,000 apps that are just not necessary for what you have or what you're trying to do. But yeah, we are now doing that. But this one's saying when we apply that reference obj fbx rope geometry 2s rop fbx. So why is it that we're not getting it here? Oh, we are. PDG input not found. That's interesting. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Oh, no. What I'm saying is, like, if you have a stable job, you can always do it by, like, going to iBuyPower, and you can do monthly payments on a PC, right, using a firm. And they have good deals all the time. I mean, for 4070 and an i9 13K CPU, it's only 2K. It's typically $25,000, or not 25,000, but you get the point, right? That is also another option to buy it on credit, which could work. It could work. So it's interesting. We're getting results. If we come in here, it tells us that these things are, oh, on this side it's fine, but over here it was like giving errors except, okay. Fuse, collision, group delete. Oh, because I was using that to render. Shmee? Okay, it works now. Awesome. I have a given computer case. I want to build my own. I'm just trying to buy the parts for it. Yeah. Then my best advice for you is just to sell the parts and then try to build it up that way. Because that's typically what people will do. They will go to like eBay or something of that nature, and they will sell the stuff that they want or don't need, and use that money to buy parts. But I've never heard of a website where people will trade PC parts, because no one's gonna, unless you have like, I don't know, maybe something of, yeah, I'm just trying to think. It had to be like antique, or you have something to trade other than what you're trading for. Because personally, I wouldn't trade like a 30 series for like a 10 series. It's just like, it's something I wouldn't do. So if you're trying to trade up, it's going to be very hard. You'd have to make a couple of trades into some areas and try to go from there. So now this is finally working, but how do we get this to output stuff, right? We can get rid of the HDA process over here. This is finally grabbing. I think this in particular is illegal. But we are using the template from here. If we got rid of this, right, and went to, and we still get the thing. But this, however, is still referencing an HDA file outside in something else. So let's save. I don't know how I'm going to pull this into I don't know how I'm going to pull this out of dev. Switch to definition HDALC. Yeah, we have all these HDALCs. This one works. But it's like we can get rid of the dev. Right? Oh, level wave collapse output O is unable to resolve the node. So we gotta come in here and essentially do a thing where we close that out and apply O. Output O, unable to resolve node, except, okay. Edit asset, boom. Test world HDA processor. Oh. Output O. Okay. Let's try saving it now. Once we got rid of the... Yeah. Now that works. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring this... Man, I can't speak English for the life of me. That's what stinks with having dyslexia. Is you have to... you put like, let's say you're doing something with velocity and you want to put 3, you put 5, or you're like trying to say one word and you'll say another. It's kind of frustrating. The only thing that stinks, like if I reformat my PC, I'm gonna have to like, ugh. I'm gonna have a very fun time resetting up the mobile parts of the engine, but it's been so long since I've done it, like I kind of just discard information like that, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm gonna try to drag this in here and see if it even outputs anything. Ugh. Why is it doing this? It loaded in wrong. It's also an issue I've been having. Wah. All right, let's get rid of that. And in the Houdini, rename these to HDA, I guess, because I do like that. I mean, we already have all these bakes. We can get rid of these. We don't need the bakes. Temp. Delete. Delete the excess things. Delete all excess things. All right, let's go into here. Where is this stuff at? No, it's in here. Houdini, Houdini, Houdini. Yeah, I also got to work on my, HIPLAC. We'll see if this drags in. Okay, it does. But does it display anything? That's the real question, guys. Is it going to display anything? Is it going to break? We'll find out. It might break because... oh, it didn't break. It's connecting, cooking, solving. The WFC down here at the bottom right. Let's go ahead and move that content drawer over here. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've been in this. And as you can obviously tell, we're not getting anything. We still have those parameters. So, I mean, that's not it. Let's go set this to 0, 0, 0. Hey, so it does bring something in. Sick. Nice. Wow. I'm sorry, I watched a video with Owen Wilson and I just remembered how much he says, wow. Wow. It worked. Wow. Okay, so the next question is, can we run on it? One, this is way too small, right? We're gonna have to take this up a notch. And which one is it outputting? It looks like it's not outputting the beveled one. It's outputting the yeah, the regular collision. I mean, it's not beveling it is what I'm getting at. It looks like it creates the HDA. Let's see, what do we got in bake or in temp? It looks like it creates... Anyways, let's play around with this. Because I think it's creating the HDA, right? And that's why we're getting this. Because if it was creating the collision one, it would just generate this without any of these. I don't see any bevels at the end of these guys, so I'm assuming at this point that it's not beveling them either. And this should take a while to solve, but once it finishes, it should change. I'm hoping. We'll find out. Yeah, it changes. That's rather interesting, huh, guys? Let's see if we can even walk on this. Where is this at? We're probably going to fall through the map. Refining Houdini proxy meshes to static meshes. And by the way, guys, this is the part of the stream where I tell you, if you like what you see, make sure to like what you see. And we're not going through the mesh, as you can obviously see. But yeah, if you're feeling inclined, please make sure to click the subscribe button. All the support helps. Trying to build a community. So, yeah. Also, if you want to join the Discord is in the link of it's in a link in the description of this video. But yeah, we're not getting any collisions at the moment. Don't worry about the size right now, guys. We can fix that. For limited commercial use only. Thank you for reminding me that I'm too poor to get the regular version. It's like $400 and it's still like, yeah, look broke. You are too? As in you already subbed, or all the other above and in Discord? Because if so, oh boy, that's awesome. I need some more water for that one. Oh boy, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh! Sorry, guys. I know it's annoying. But he's public space now, so feel free to make all the Mickey noises that you possibly can. Have you saved recently? Saved. Yeah. Thank you. That's something I should do more often. There needs to be that already done for me. I mean, if I were to bake, I could bake this out, right? Like if I were to bake, or, you know, as an actor, I bake, and then I could come into this actual static mesh here. And you'll see, like, if we show the complex collisions, right? Regular collisions don't work with these. If I were to show the simple, oh, the simple collision works. No, it doesn't. So if I show the simple collision, you won't see anything. But if I were to show you the complex collision, you can see it works perfectly fine. However, we won't use this unless we say use complex collision as simple, and then reference the same wave collapse funk main geo here. And now you'll see we are getting our collisions. And if we were to turn that off and turn this back on, bada bing, bada boom, you got collisions going on. See, look at all the happy wireframe trails. That means it worked. I'm trying to learn how to use YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is hard to use. My best reference is just to create what you like, and in my case, eventually people came and were like, yeah, that's cool. And then, you know, it just starts growing from there. But you got to be consistent, I guess. So that's another thing they say you got to do. But yeah, if we were to put this up, oh, wow, that's, oh, probably want to hide that and then bring this down. Nope, not that down. Bring this down. We should be getting collisions now. Yep. We get collisions. Oh. Whoa. I think, what's going on here? Oh, you know what it is? Is I jumped while I was vaulting because we have all that little other stuff there. But yeah, this is going to... Jesus. I need to have like some features in here to turn this off when I'm not looking at it, because when we play, it imports it, right? And now we're not even getting the collisions. It's ridiculous. If I put this down, though, we do get the collisions. Hey. Yo. Yeah. So what's happening is it's not perfectly aligned with the character, so he's kind of like bouncing out of bounds. I should lock his I should lock him and bind his movement to only one axis, so we don't get that. Oh, hey, and it works too when it comes to collisions automatically. That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, that helps us out a whole lot. In the future, we're gonna want to have to fix the we're definitely gonna have to fix some things in regard to the vaulting, as you can obviously tell. But we're focused on the world building for a moment. We'll get back to the vaulting. It's just going to take a lot of like animations, yada yada. Let me up. I want to get up. As you can see, it's very fun to navigate at the moment. But yeah, so this will be a lot bigger. Inside of these areas, I'm going to try to get these hollowed out places and try to add objects in here, as well as change the objects that encase the level. So this is just a starting preference. Godot, do the same thing. I am an artist. Ooh, okay. What type of artist? 3D? 2D? But yeah, we can go ahead and get rid of that. And I think bring this... Gosh, I hate that. If I click the freaking eyeball button, that means I don't want to see it at all. Right? But yeah, we're getting this in. Oh, that's why we had several of them. Okay. But yeah. If I play, does it hide it? No, it doesn't. Just run through it. But yeah, we gotta obviously expand the level when it comes in. Make it bigger. 1, right? Wave collapse funk. And did I even grab the right one? I don't even think I grabbed the right one. I didn't. It's this one. Lol. Lol, I was happy for no reason. I was happy for no reason. Who knows? Maybe I'll be happy. We'll see what this one brings in. Come on. Give me the things. Okay, so it does still bring in. But it is just rendering out that HDA, as you can obviously see here, guys. It's not waiting, cooking, cooked, failed. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out some of this options here. When enable the top node, filter will only display the top nodes found in the current network that start with the filter prefix. Yeah, we'll have to figure out all this beautiful stuff here at some point so we can make sure to get this working. Yeah, it's gonna be use output nodes. Okay, so the output node that we currently have is... All right, so let's go in here, back into Houdini, and let's output some stuff. Let's output this, right? And I don't think it generates both of these, so let's kind of see what happens. Outputs. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Drag this up. Go ahead and save the asset. Just to make sure. Apply. Accept. Go back into here. Let's go and rebuild the entirety of this. I will be a 3D game artist soon. Man, once you start making that 3D model, you already become a 3D artist. Right? So let's see. We've put the 2 output nodes. We're still not getting anything. PDG asset link. Refresh. Output parent. Actor. So we can set all that. All outputs. So we can bake all this. Okay. The only issue I have, cook output, is that could not find matching top node for event. Happy. Ba ba ba. Let's go ahead and copy this and use Google to redeem ourselves. Google. Oh. Never mind. We're not going to use Google. Apparently Google. Oh, wait. It's cooking. Waiting. Cooking. Cooking. Cooked. 3. That's really cool, Brian. Yeah, it is cool, isn't it? So we have 3 cooked. 7 cooked. Why do we have 7 cooked? Stop the cooking. Wait a minute. Maybe we have 7 nodes to cook. Let's check it out. Why is it not moving? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we do have 7 nodes. But how do we get access to those? We've cooked all the stuff. And it should do that when we recook. But we got to see if it actually brings in those things. So these are all temps. And we don't need these anymore because we found out that we were using the wrong one. Anyways, so let's delete that one. We don't want it. We don't want that. Oh, failed to load assets. Okay. I know how to draw on paper. I'm a dark fantasy artist. Well, if you ever want to share anything with us, you can do that in the Discord. That way I can truly see what you're referencing. And by the way, someone already put something, so go ahead and go check those out. Nice sketches. I'm a dark fantasy artist. All right, so how do we get top node? Top node. If mesh description, override global settings, linear damping. Top node, cook outputs. Can I bake all outputs now? Bake. We've baked all outputs. Now if I delete this, force delete, bake. How do we gain access to all those things? I don't think we do. Immediately, at least. We have our one Houdini static mesh that we get from the HDA, which is kind of what we don't want. Output parent actor, we can select that one. Auto cook. But it's like, how do we get all that stuff? HOUDINI. Collision complexity. Use. Oh, you can even use that. Use complex. Yeah. This is cool. So there's a lot of other things that we get access in here. We can even set the physics on this. Create the collision. Set the collision type. But are we able to run on this guy? No, we're not. At least we're getting somewhere, and we're a lot further than when we were. So the only issue I'm saying is that it looks like we're getting these things, but we're not outputting them, and we're not getting them. So we're gonna have to figure out how to do that, how to separate these into tiles, how to add them, right? And then go from there. But it is 2:10, and I know the stream was a little short, but I'm still gonna get off because I have to make my kids some food, and I have some other things that I have to get to. But with that being said, tomorrow we're gonna continue from here, or if things work out good today, we'll be a little bit further than we were from here. Other than that, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to click the like and subscribe button. I will catch you all tomorrow. But until then, God bless, see you around, and Jesus loves you. You know it's true. Peace out, guys. Much love. You have an awesome day. Bye.